The beak is back.
All right, Beakers, the 2024 election is in the books and the Dems are going bananas. Now, it wasn't too long ago that we were hearing that Trump couldn't be the next president because he was a divisive figure and was splitting us apart, and we need unity. In this video, I'm going to show you the mass hysteria on the left, saving the best for last, of course. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you my personal favorite, Allan Lichtman, the Nostradamus of elections, and how he's blaming you, America, for his loss. Let's start with a word from Kamala Harris prior to the election.
The President of the United States should be someone who elevates discourse and talks about the best of who we are and invests in the best of who we are. Not someone like Donald Trump who's constantly demeaning and belittling who the American people are. America deserves better.
Consumed with grievance and out for unchecked power. Now let's watch the Dems blow their minds.
When reality hits the left, it hits hard.
Oh, it hits hard, all right.
Fragile little snowflake. What a blowhard. He's a blowhard and a snowflake. He's a blowflake is what he is. He should change the hats to say, "Make America Wine Again." It's more than half of this country voted for the criminal, still trying to figure out what happened.
It's the day before the election, and I just want to come out here and remind everyone
I've lost all hope in the American people.
that no matter who you voted for, no matter the outcome,
I can't do this anymore.
the election results are not an excuse to be violent,
If you didn't vote, unfollow me and block me.
even if the results are not what you wanted. Stay calm.
What is wrong with you? What has happened to freedom? I'm done.
And worry about something different.
I'm literally sick. I'm literally sick to my stomach.
I don't
Oh, my favorite, Kathy Griffith.
think that our beloved country, America, knows what it's in for with a fascistic society and dictator. I'm not being hyperbolic.
No, not at all.
I'm not being dramatic.
And got my lipstick on today, so I'm a little bit more together.
Oh, thank God.
We're putting a plan together. I cannot live in a country that voted for Trump. I cannot spend another 4 years under that man. And so we have made the decision that we are leaving. We're putting a plan together. Our plan is to go back to Australia.
You will be missed, my friend. And let's not forget about the lawfare. Here's Letitia James.
We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result. And my office has been preparing for several months because we've been here before. We faced this challenge before, and we used the rule of law to fight back.
She's using the rule of law to fight back. I like the way she's speaking there. We've been prepared for this moment. We've been waiting a long time for this. It must be something to be Letitia James and always be after somebody. Like, she's just constantly trying to get Trump for years now. You can't imagine somebody like that has good karma coming their way. All right, now we're going to get into the best for last, and then I'm going to show you the Allan Lichtman Nostradamus of elections, a must-see. But before that, a word from Minnie Beak.
Make sure to subscribe.
Okay, so up next is the beloved Maxine Waters on the Chris Cuomo Show. Now remember, Cuomo's all about independence. He talks all day long about not being divisive. Check this out.
Will you work with Donald Trump and his party, or are you going to work on ways to investigate him?
Donald Trump is whom he is. He is a liar. He is someone who has abandoned his own party in the way that he deals with people. This is a man who is in line with Putin and Kim Jong-un in North Korea. He doesn't give a damn about patriotism. So are you asking me, can I work with him? What can I do to, I guess, not investigate him? He'll only get investigated when he does bad things.
Yeah, right.
He has been investigated. He has been charged, not because someone was out to get him. It is because he performed ungodly things.
Like writing a check to his lawyer called a legal expense.
This is a man who has no moral compass. So what are you asking me? You're asking me to somehow not see all of that, not understand that? That is not possible. He is who he is, and he's going to continue to be whom he is. He said he's going to get retribution from those who have not worked with him, who don't like him. He's out to get people like me, et cetera, et cetera. What should I do? Talk about I love Trump, I want to work with him? I think that he is not someone who can ever be worked with.
Maxine Waters, congratulations on winning. I look forward to seeing what happens next. You always have a platform here.
Way to follow the will of the people. And by the way, Cuomo, way to go after her for that massive divisiveness, totally contradictory to the entire premise of your show. Up next, Allan Lichtman. Allan Lichtman is supposedly the Nostradamus of elections, and I've seen him on various shows. I got to admit, before this year, I'd never heard of him, but I saw him on Cuomo, I saw him on MSNBC, I saw him on CNN, I saw him on every news network, and he was predicting that based on his 13 keys system, that Kamala Harris was going to win the election. Now, Allan Lichtman swears up and down that he's 100% not partisan, and that his 13 key system has been able to predict elections all the way back to Reagan, and he's only been wrong once out of the last 10 elections, and that he's even put his system to the test against the founding fathers, and his system even worked for them. But let's see what he says about this election, because he blew it, and who he's blaming for this one.
Well, he's been called the Nostradamus of elections. He's correctly predicted 9 of the last 10. That is, until the early hours of Wednesday morning. I'm talking about Professor Allan Lichtman. He says his 13 keys are how he makes his predictions for the White House. Were the keys wrong, or was your interpretation off this time?
I think the fundamental problem was the keys, not my interpretation.
Okay, so make sure you remember that. It's not his interpretation, it was the keys that were wrong.
No one's convinced me that was wrong. Secondly, it rendered problematic one of my keys, the contest key, since we couldn't have a primary, but the Democrats did unite around Harris, and I turned the key in their favor, but we had never seen anything like that before.
Okay, so the Dems didn't have a primary, but he still gave them the contest key, even though Republicans had a full primary and Donald Trump legitimately won the primary. Was that the key, or was that his judgment? Let's keep going.
But more importantly, are trends that are long-term and affect the long-term future of our democracy, and the keys, because the keys depend upon a rational, pragmatic electorate deciding based on governance whether the incumbent party should get 4 more years.
So basically what he's saying is that the keys weren't wrong. The keys rely on you, the American people, to be rational, but this time you guys are just all nuts, and you messed up his keys, okay? It didn't work because of you.
And we've seen the explosion of some trends that have existed before, but not to this extent. Disinformation. You know, Elon Musk is, I don't know how many hundreds of billions he has been the director of misinformation.
So Elon Musk X and his billions is also a part of the reason that his key system was wrong this time.
2 billion views of his spreading of disinformation, not just about the economy, but about immigrants, about minorities. We've never seen disinformation at this scale. Next, we have never seen to this scale the agitation of 3 trends that have been very deeply embedded in American history: misogyny, racism, and xenophobia.
So there you go, folks. It's misogyny, racism, and xenophobia. Never mind the fact that he says his keys could have even predicted their forefathers during slavery and oppression. That was nothing compared to Elon Musk, misogyny, and Trump's racism. All right, let's take a closer look at his keys real quick. Now, I saw this guy on Cuomo break down his keys and what keys he was assigning to who, and he was saying that it's not even a matter of opinion, that there's a technical basis behind every key. There's a set of rules behind every key before you can assign them. And within 2 minutes of listening to this guy, I knew he was wrong, and it's not because I wanted Trump or Harris to win. It's because he was assigning the wrong keys to the wrong people, in my opinion. Now, we talked about the contest key and how he gave that to Kamala Harris, even though she didn't have a contest. But I want you to notice the short-term economy and the long-term economy key. He gave those to Harris. And when I saw that, I knew it was a wrap for Lichtman. So it doesn't seem like the Dems have learned much, at least not as of yet. Are they going to be masters of unity, or are they going to continue their divisiveness and their lawfare campaigns? Unfortunately, I think it's the latter. We'll have to wait and see. That's it for the Beak tonight. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below. We'll be back to you guys in a couple of days. We'll be dropping shorts every other day. Make sure you check those out. They're hilarious. That's it for me tonight, folks. Peace.